Welcome to Floating Leaf Tea Podcast. My name is Shouwen.
And I'm Noah.
Welcome, Noah.
Thank you. Welcome yourself.
Thank you. I hope everybody is doing well today. Today, we are going to have a quick look on part of our job here as a tea shop business person, I guess.
Sounds fun.
It can be fun. It can be very intense, but it actually feels pretty good. If it feels like Christmas to us is when the new tea arrives. Yeah.
And what's the task to do with the new tea when it arrives?
So we got to, of course, taste them. Taste the new tea. The reason why we do this is, of course, to taste what the tea tastes like, so that we can put it on the website for you. But the major point of doing this is to see how much a tea is ready to get on the website. I think, but in this session that we are going to just do Baozhong tea today. I do the first.
Yay!
Yeah. So we have two of Farmer Chen's tea here. Our usual Farmer Choice Baozhong and competition style Baozhong. And we also got our Nangang Farmers tea here. And I think we call it smooth water Baozhong in the past. All these teas are express ship here, so they arrive finally. There will be more Baozhong coming in by a slower method so that I don't bankrupt myself on just spending a lot of money on shipping this year. But I think a lot of tea, I actually have to do this.
So what are we starting with?
So let's start with Farmer Chen's Farmer Choice Baozhong.
Farmer Chen's Choice.
Actually, Show and Tai's choice. But this time will be Mr. Chai's choice. So when I go back to Taiwan, then I go up to hang out with Mr. Chai, a friend who introduced me Farmer Chen. And we'll go up there together to taste tea. But when I cannot go back to Taiwan, like this year, unfortunately, we cannot go back to Taiwan. So my friend, Mr. Chai, will pick up the work for me.
What a perfect name for a tea guy is Mr. Chai.
Mr. Chai, why? Chai? 不是那个字啊。
I know.
And first infusion, the liquid looks golden, beautifully golden. And I smell the bouquet. Smells more vegetable to me, but not vegetable like green tea, more cooked vegetables. And a lot of times it actually reminds me of cooked, what is that? Cooked, oh shoot, what is that? And shoot, one more time, I cannot draw.
Green beans.
No.
龙须菜.
不是啦，龙须菜哪有这个味道？Zucchini. 龙须菜。What's the smell of 龙须菜？
龙须菜.
Very smart. Good answer.
It's kind of fruity though too.
Yeah.
It's got a fruity.
Yeah, there's a
sweetness.
fruit and then and there's a cooked vegetable. And normally the fruit remind me of pineapple without the sharp citrus pineapple high notes. Pretty solid tea on the broth already.
Oh, pineapple in the bottom of the cup.
Empty cup, huh? And the aftertaste shows up quite well too. But I don't think it's at its full strength yet.
Yeah, I think the fragrance doesn't show up in the taste as much yet.
Yeah. And so, but with this, it's like, so they said this tea has 100% of its flavor and aftertaste and then broth, for example. And so when the tea come in, a lot of times they are a little bit disoriented, or some of the flavor actually got locked in, especially happened to a lot of roasted teas.
AKA jet lag.
Locked in can be they were just roasted, and disorientation will be jet lag. And so it kind of feel like they're all over the place a little bit. So
imagine you just got out of a sauna and then you got on an airplane.
What? What? So it just totally disturbed what I was trying to say. So anyway,
now you're disoriented.
Yeah, I'm disoriented right now. I don't have jet lag though, but it kind of feel like that. So by this kind of a tasting is to I mean, it's just basically drinking a tea, not this style of tasting. We are drinking a tea, by the way, by kind of just trying to see if right now, like 60 to 70% of the bouquet flavor and body actually show up. And if it's actually that way, we put it on the website for you already. And then we will normally tell you that we will update more detailed tasting notes in 2 weeks, which you probably also notice I never do it, almost never do it because I don't get around to it.
Actually, we did it last time. It just 2
cool.
weeks became like 3 months.
3 months, here you go. Or I just don't do it.
And there are times when the tea's closer to 20 or 30%.
Then we don't put
it
on the website. We don't put the tea on the website because then...
We don't even tell you guys that we have that tea because...
Oh, yeah. So maybe I will just tell you. I don't tell you what I'm going to say next day. Yeah, I would say this tea probably maybe close to 60% of its goodness is showing up now. So I think we can put it on the website. And normally on the website, we just tell you, keep drinking it. It's going to get better and better.
Yeah. It's actually pretty fun to watch it. To watch it open up, to keep revisiting it.
Yeah. And that's actually what we do here too, is this tea, if I have time for it, then I will taste it again tomorrow. Or in the next 2 days.
2 or 3 days, yeah.
2 or 3 days. The thing is, with new teas coming up, sometimes we have like 20 new teas in here. I seriously cannot taste 20 teas every single day for myself and for people. And so we will single out maybe...
You could not sleep.
Yeah, sure. And kind of feel awful too. So we kind of single out 3 to 5 teas to taste in a daily basis. And you can totally taste, this is from Mr Chen. Yeah.
Yeah, it has Farmer Chen's.
Yeah, he's signed the tea. Yeah. So if you have been drinking his Farmer Choice in the past, this is really like his Farmer Choice tea. With his smile on the tea. Yeah, empty cup really smells like pineapple.
Yeah. I was thinking I wasn't really smelling it in the wet leaves. The wet leaves do have like a fruity sweetness, but it's not really, there's not enough kind of like color to really tell what fruit I would call it. But yeah, in the
also
empty cup.
On the lid.
Oh yeah, here
on
you
the
go.
lid of Guy one, it seriously smells like pineapple. But not in the broth actually. Like when you taste the tea, you don't really taste pineapple. Just some sort of fruit.
Is that the third infusion?
Third. So let's focus on this infusion a little bit more. Yeah, water is balanced. Flavor-wise, I really think this is only 60% of its capacity is showing up.
But the broth actually feels really solid.
Yeah, really smooth, really well balanced. Medium body. Aftertaste is kicking in with a little bit like salivation and bubbly kind of a feeling. Flavor have to show up. I think it will show up. Yeah. Sometimes you have a feeling that I'm not sure. But sometimes you have the feelings like this is gonna show up.
Especially when you can smell it in the empty cup.
So I'm estimating, since it's only 60%, and even by the third infusion, it actually remains 60%. I'm thinking actually this tea might take a little bit longer time. I would say 2 weeks. Because High Mountain tea, Alisan tea actually show up quite fast when we brew it. And remember, on Tuesday when we brew it in a live session, and then just brew it in a teapot, boom, no problem.
Yeah, true.
It was actually really already really big presence. So yeah, we're looking good at this tea, balanced tea, and heavier on the broth than a regular Baozhong tea. And so let's go into his next tea. Is the competition style, and normally competition style tea is a little bit more flowery and lighter body, but feels brighter. And so some people like it that way a little bit more. So these two teas just arrived yesterday, and this, since my friend Mr. Chai helped me to pick these two teas, this is actually the first time we taste the new season's Baozhongs. So there's another layer of excitement in this, and kind of also feel a little bit frightening.
Also feels really nice to, it's almost like in a small way visiting the farm.
Mm-hmm. And I totally believe that for those of you who have gone to visit Mr. Chen with me in the past, you will agree with me that he is such a delightful human being. I think his tea really shows that way too. Super generous and joyful. Man, works hard. Man, he works hard. And just have that smile on his face. And I adore that guy.
Oh, it smells.
So more floral?
Yeah.
Oh, the smell show up on the broth.
That's great.
On the surface, it's sweet flower, huh?
Yeah, really bold. Oh, that's awesome.
Have a little bit of viscosity feeling. Broth feel a little bit thinner than the Farmer Choice, which I expected that actually. Quite well balanced too. I would say the Farmer Choice spread out a little bit more on the palate than this one. But this has a really wonderful kind of a light viscosity feeling.
And it comes to more of a point. The Farmer's Choice is a little bit more wider. This one, it's just a little bit sharper. Cuts through a little bit more. So,
and still the same. I think the flavor is not all the way here yet.
Yeah.
I think it will also open up more in the near future. Let's see if by the third infusion the flavor shows up a little bit more than the first and second infusion. Then that means very possibly this tea will open up a little bit faster.
I have a feeling that it's going to open up a little bit faster just from the first infusion.
Here you go. No, I already said that for you. Why?
Just right away in the first infusion, it already has. It's not really a full aroma in the mouth, but there's that a little bit of tartness that cuts through, and it just feels like it's a little bit more awake than the Farmer's Choice.
Second infusion. Yeah, the scent also shows up on the surface note. Flavor opens up a little bit further. Actually, it feels almost more bubbly than the Farmer Choice on this one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe you are right then.
Oh, I know.
Ego.
Cup smell smells really good too. Farmer's Choice spreads out more fully though.
Yeah,
You're
more
right.
fully. Yeah. And so if you are a texture drinker like me, and like I like things that can move a little bit or move a lot.
Yeah.
I mean like tea, not things. Like tea can internally move, and then on the liquid has a capacity to move and spray and do its amazing things. I generally prefer those style teas a little bit more than other teas. This tea smells elegant. Flavor keep opening already through infusions. So I think, this tea is going to open up a little bit faster than the Farmer Choice.
It feels pretty balanced.
Yeah, I would say by the third infusion, I think 80% of the flavor is already here. And I don't know if it's real, I just give you a number. It's kind of fun. That's 80%.
No, we should count to 3, and then no one has said what percentage it's open, and then we both say it at the same time and see if we agree.
But I just say it, 80%.
I know, it's too late now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 85%.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
80%.
75%. Oh, crap.
What are you doing? Are you messing with my mind?
Just messing a little bit, but we should do that on the next one, see if we can...
Oh, the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That would be fun.
Huh? Oh, aftertaste is... You can feel more fragrance in the aftertaste right now.
So just this tea is open up a little bit faster, but with the texture moving in the mouth, I think me as a drinker, I prefer the Farmer Choice a little bit, just a touch more.
Yeah, I agree. Also, the balance is a little bit more complete from the Farmer's Choice.
Yeah.
I actually was really into last season. Smells really good. Last season, I was really into. I'll brew both of the teas for someone, but not tell them which tea is which.
Oh.
Yeah. So they'll say, "Oh, I want to try the Baozhongs," or "I want to try the Farmer's Choice Baozhong." I'll say, "Hey, can I brew you 2 teas?" But I'm not going to tell you which one is which, and just see which one you like more.
Yeah. True.
Because Farmer's Choice, some people are going to be like, "Oh, yeah, I want to drink the tea that the farmer likes," and competition style. Some people are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm competitive. I want to drink the tea.
That's not true. Like competitive for that reason.
I want to drink the most competitive tea.
I am the most competitive person in the shop, don't you think?
Yeah, true. So why don't you like competition style as much as Farmer's Choice?
I just like the first place, dude.
I don't even go for first place. I go to the farmer and ask him what he has in the back room. What he doesn't even enter into competitions. It's so good.
Yeah, right. His wife will go to bed and then bring some leftover tea for you. So next will be Nangang Baozhong, aka Smooth Water Baozhong. We actually tried this tea already. I have them express ship some samples, and we are very grateful that he actually, just wait for us to make our mind. So I'm extremely grateful on their generosity and to do all those work for us.
So we tried this tea already.
Yeah, we actually tried this. So
but we tried a sample of it. So this is a brand new bag.
Yeah, so it will be really fun to see how the tea change or not change, because after all, it got shipping also just yesterday. So really hard to say.
Yesterday was a great day for
yesterday
tea arriving.
A lot of boxes show up. So that's one miracle for me. Yesterday also there was a box from Taiwan that has not have no of my street number.
Yeah, there's no
number for the
address,
location.
It's just the street. There's no number.
There's no number,
and it has your name. And
it has my name.
A zip code that
was
is
really wrong.
Six digits, so it doesn't even exist.
And I saw on the I think somebody put something like BC and a question mark, and then the tea somehow arrived here, and I knew our postman delivered it. Our regular postman delivered it.
He was like the most awesome postman
ever. So a big shout out to him that he somehow managed. Well, first of all, it was a miracle that
it even got here to Seattle.
Got here from San Francisco to Seattle with the wrong zip code and without a number to deliver to. And my postman saw that box. I think they asked him and said, do you know whose is this? Where do we send it back? And he's like, I think that's the tea lady's tea. So he sent it here. So I'm forever grateful to our postman hero. And I'm not going to tell you what tea that is because I'm not ready to list that tea yet. Sorry, because that is a good example. I actually tasted the tea. There's a good example of the tea is seriously tied up, like it wouldn't open yesterday. And so if I sell you the tea, you're going to complain, that's a bad one. And I'll get angry with you. So
just avoid the whole situation. Give it a couple days or a week.
Yeah. Give it maybe I would just tell myself to also hold my horses. Just leave the bag alone for a week, rather than getting disappointed. Like, open. Please open today.
It always does.
And so I would just, not think about that tea for a while and hopefully eventually announce it. So if you are listening to this, are you feeling really bad right now? Because I wouldn't tell you what tea that is.
Give you a hint. The farmer...
Don't! Shut up!
The farmer...
Shut up!
...is a madman.
Oh my God!
Well, you'd have to be to walk into the post office and then make up a zip code just because you... Like, oh, yeah, zip code? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I don't even know how many digits it has in it. Just what is close enough. What's the number of the street? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't have time for this. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything else. You can already guess that by hearing the story. That the farmer must be some...
You are a terrible person.
Some nut.
You just deprive me of my weird, sad joy of they are suffering right now. Okay, I can see some people cracking up listening to this right now.
Okay, now we're moving on to Smooth Water Baozhong.
Smooth Water Baozhong. Nangang Baozhong is the birthplace of Baozhong tea, actually. I think we covered this subject already. And Pinglin right now is the most popular place for Baozhong. So Just a simple fact that you don't need to know. I think the scent penetrate more on this one.
Yeah. But I have to say what it smells like, it's actually quieter. It has more of like almost like a woody, herbal, woody sweetness to it.
For me, it's a matsuban.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Matsuban feeling, but without...
It does have that, yeah.
Without matsuban, like the almond, that strong almond flavor. It's that feeling. So when I smell matsuban, I always, there's a little bit like powder feeling to me on the smell. And this one has that.
I love matsuban.
Oh, I'm okay with it. Yeah, this one definitely is smooth water Baozhong.
Yeah, really soft.
Yeah, seriously soft. So some of you guys might not dig into this tea as much yet because Pinglin Baozhong has a little bit more. I'm not saying it's always like this, just accidentally, these two farmers that I'm working with, Farmer Chen produce a Baozhong that you can really detect the flavor profile with a balanced enough body for you. And I think it's a really solid tea to get to know Baozhong. And I simply adore that guy. And so as long as he's making tea, I'm going to buy tea from him. He's such a generous soul. And just to see the joy through his tea, I think people should drink some Baozhong. Baozhong is delightful to me. Yeah. And I don't know which year I started to encounter Nangang Baozhong.
Maybe you could tell that story of when you met this farmer.
This farmer is so a little bit crazy, but I love that. I think his father also grows tea. Yes, his father actually grows tea. Not also, maybe. His father grows tea. And he came to a friend's shop to maybe give him 2 boxes of his competition winning tea, actually. And I saw the box and I said, oh, that's Nangang Baozhong. I never had Nangang Baozhong before. I always had Pinglin Baozhong. He looked at me. I simply love to be in a shop in Taiwan because as a younger woman tasting tea, they normally just give me a look that she must know nothing. And somehow I never feel offended. I know what I know, and I think any given situation is a great opportunity to learn. And so I just say I never really have a taste of never tasted Nangang Baozhong before, and he just looked at me and say, well, then you never really drink Baozhong before. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. He said, yeah, Nangang Baozhong is the real Baozhong. And I said, how about Pinglin Baozhong? He said, Pinglin Baozhong. But please don't take it bad either. Okay. If you guys are listening to this, farmers are very proud of what they are doing. I mean, if you ever listen to, our Dongting farmer talking about tea, I'll tell you what, you guys should not drink any other teas. So he just said, Dongting is the best tea ever. So, when you like try to listen to it that way, then seriously, nothing really offend me. Whatever they want to say, I will still drink my other teas.
被全世界公认.
Yeah,
it's confirmed by the entire world that Dongting is the only good place.
Yeah, it's the best tea. Yeah, and it went through hundreds of years, got confirmed through hundreds of years, no problem. First of all, I'm not sure how many hundreds of years, because isn't it 19 something that there was a story that tea plants went to Dongting Mountain from Fujian, China. So they maybe roughly started to grow tea in 19 something year.
Anyway, the point is that these farmers are really proud of what they do, which is good. That's how you get good tea.
And I think he has some tea with him because those 2 teas got boxed, but he actually brought those 2 teas in a bag.
The Nangang farmer.
Yeah, the Nangang farmer. And he's like, do you want to taste what real Baozhong tastes like? I say, yes. And then my friend pulled out 2 tea balls and was about to brew tea. I said, hey, Mr. Huang, by any chance, do you have Pinglin Baozhong? I think this will be a little bit more fair competition, don't you think? And then the Nangang farmer said, yeah. bring whatever bring whatever Pinglin Baozhong you have. I will show you today why my tea is much better. And so we just compare those teas in a tea bowl, and then his tea at that time on the broth, I do have to tell you, it does stand out. It's so smooth no matter how much longer you soaked it. Yeah. And then the bouquet is milder, but he said that's the real flower bouquet. That's what they are looking for, the real flower bouquet. And so you can put it in the back of your mind. What is the real flower bouquet in tea to you? You know, I can express that, you know, or like, that flower or that flower. I just can't, there's no way to teach this, you know.
That's why we call it smooth water Baozhong.
Yeah. And then so after maybe 15 minutes of soaking, the Pinglin Baozhong at that time, does become rough compared to his Baozhong. But in a way, I'm also not saying that Pinglin Baozhong is always that bad. After all, it depends on who makes the tea. I bet there's some like really crazy Pinglin farmer out there that make a Baozhong tea that will knock your socks out. Is that the right expression?
Knock your socks off. Yeah.
Okay, knock your socks off, not out. Okay. And my tea will knock your socks out.
Or my socks will knock your tea out.
That's impossible. Maybe rich socks can do that. Insider joke, sorry, people. Second infusion on this Nangang Baozhong. The scent, yeah. I feel like it really penetrates more. It also opens up quite nicely. I think this tea might be already, presence is fully here. Body is nice. It's sprayed out nicely, and it has that exquisite softness that I think some of you guys might describe it buttery then. I would say this tea is buttery in a different form.
In a more quiet way though.
Yeah, in a more quiet way. So with a tea like this, it's quieter, but I want people to get a chance to taste this tea. And that's why even though we don't sell a lot of this tea, I will continue in my effort to keep trying to bring in this tea. This is an excellent tea. Wow. The aftertaste is beautiful. And it connects also very well. I heavily endorse this tea. Even today's infusion though is really good. And I think the presence. Okay, are you ready? Even second infusion. Okay. How much percentage do you say is here? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
90%. Oh, nice. That's good. Whoa.
Okay, people, we didn't
playing games.
Yeah.
We're not messing around.
Yeah. Because I don't know how to do 90% with my hand gesture. To hint to Noah.
Like this. Can you tell?
No.
No, yeah.
If you
See, we don't even know how.
If you do that,
we're not smart enough for this trickery.
If you do that, I just say, S, are you doing okay? No. I would say when I drink this tea, there's a beauty. You don't need to describe what the tea tastes like. You don't need to analyze what the tea is. It just sends a form of beauty. Thank you, farmer, for holding out this tea for us.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, in Taiwan, they sell tea fairly fast. You know, people buy huge amount of tea.
So when new tea comes around, it happens.
And then people go out to choose tea and boom, boom, boom. And it just happens. And so I'm seriously grateful, especially this year, due to the pandemic, we can physically be in Taiwan. We plan to, which is super disappointed that we can't. And then those people are helping and then holding out the tea for me. And in a way, I'm extra grateful is I am actually not a big buyer to them. I am not. And so to hold out, like 30 pounds, 50 pounds of tea, it's actually really small to them. And yet they are willing to do that and keep the relationship. And, they are generous, And because of their generosity, we were able to bring in some of these teas to you. So when you drink this tea, Farmer Chen's tea, this Nangang Baozhong's tea, some of my hand mountain teas, I hope you guys also on the top of that feel a sense of generosity from all these people. Okay, third infusion. Maybe 95 is gonna show up. Yeah, this tea presence is here. Excellent. Okay, people. So this is, I hope give you a glimpse of some of our job here is to predict when tea is gonna open and how much they have opened to be able to put it on the website for you. So, yay, we are lucky. So we are going to put all these 3 Baozhongs on the website today. Poor Noah has a lot of work today after we close the session. And then that's it. High Mountain, I predict 2 of the High Mountains are gonna show up on Wednesday. So if you are listening to it on Monday, which will be June 1st, 2 boxes of High Mountain Oolong are gonna, I think they are gonna show up because they just passed the custom in San Francisco and they're on the way here. So I think Wednesday we should be able to receive it. And then there are 2 boxes inbounded into a custom in Los Angeles. I'm estimating they are gonna show up on Friday. And meanwhile, we still have a lot of teas to taste here. So it's a lot of tea tasting here. You know, like maybe our next Taiwan Da Hong Pao and some honey oolong and some sort of High Mountain black tea. If we can have a good one. For example, Ruby 18 is on the way here. So there are actually quite a lot of new teas showing up to the shop. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. And meanwhile, please stay safe, stay well, and keep drinking tea and stay calm. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.